Happy Sundays with Cinnamon.
Happy Sundays with Cinnamon.
Happy.
Yeah, because we can be. No matter what's going on, we can be happy in spite of it all.
Yes. So I want to, it's funny, I don't know what I want to talk about, and so it's just going to flow right out.
Okay.
And let's just talk about Jesus because I'm looking up here at Jesus. I looked up and Jesus is looking down, just blessing my heart.
That's right.
That's what I said. I go, you're just blessing my heart, aren't you?
Yes. And now, see what is required is that you receive that blessing. You actually receive that blessing and bless yourself. Mm-hmm. When all of you learn to bless you, I say you because I do it. If I drop an egg all over the carpet, bless my heart is what I say first. And then I clean the egg with all my heart. Uh-huh. And so that's it has to come from you. And Jesus is the Christ consciousness in you that can remind you to bless your heart. And that's what you did. You reminded yourself with that visual of Jesus, which is why Jesus is all over this place.
Because I threw away my piece this morning.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just have this high standard, perfectionistic junk.
Although, honey, that makes it low standard. It's, according to the worldly way of seeing it, the common way of seeing it, that's a high standard. When you give away your piece to it, that's as low as you can go.
Totally.
So you're living down to a low standard, pretending to your mind, and your mind is pretending that it's a high standard, which makes you righteous, which makes you miserable, because it makes you separate. Mm-hmm. And you, I want to say to you in the world, have raised your standard. Instead of 80% living love, you're 90% now. It's not enough, is it?
No, it's not.
Honey, it won't, 99 cents won't be enough. It has to be.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, especially in a society that says you're only human, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Oh, and that is the real downfall. When society says you're only human, that means you can only take so much.
You can blow off. You can tell people, you know.
And that throws away
whatever you want.
Endures all things. Mm-hmm. See that?
It does.
You see, it's very contradictory. Even to biblical sayings, it's contradictory. Mm-hmm. Love endures all things. In Corinthians, you just go there and you'll see. You don't draw lines because love endures all things. And death is not even death. I was going to say it endures death. It's not even death. It's just death.
And what keeps me stuck is that addiction to 10%. To want, you know.
Yeah. Isn't that enough? And the fifth pathway is what?
I take full responsibility.
Well, there's a word you need to hang on.
Full.
All right, then. That means 100%. It doesn't mean 90%. Because if you take full responsibility, you take full power. You reclaim yourself.
Well, when situations go on, you're going, really, I'm creating this? And you are. It's triggers for your growth.
You're creating your reaction to it. Mm-hmm. You're not creating the tsunami. You're creating the reaction to it.
Yes.
And you're fully in charge of that.
Totally.
Yeah.
No one can make you feel anything without your permission. I write it all the time.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I so know it's true. Yeah. I so know it's true.
When you empty yourself of those head trips and you allow what you really know to surface, you're free. You're free because you don't fall into the mud and then have to clean yourself off 5% or 2%. You just avoid the mud. Because you see more clearly. And you look for trouble. When you're free, you look for trouble so that you don't bump into it or trip over it. And when you're creating trouble when you draw a line in the sand. Because that's the line you will trip over.
The boundary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Love doesn't need boundaries. It's boundless.
Yes.
How many times have...
And I know that 90%.
No,
and then there's 95 sometimes, and sometimes 100. But there's just times like that's it.
Yeah. And you came over here today fighting for your 10%, and it's adorable to me. It's endearing to me to see you just get real, because until you get real, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, you gotta
If
get
you're
your trash out.
Exactly. If you're pretending it's not there, you can't work on it. Because
Well, you can only give what you've got, and if
Yeah.
you're not seeing your own complete innocence in something,
Yes,
then you
yes.
cannot give it to anyone
Yes.
else.
Yeah.
And so it's just, if
Yeah.
you trigger yourself, then
Yeah.
there's stuff to be cleaned.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of times people say, well, you're going to have triggers the rest of your life. And that's not.
Oh, I want to say something to my dear Luisa and Murilo and the De Castro family in Brazil. Do not be concerned. This segues right into what we're talking about. Do not be concerned when fear gives you the opportunity to fear. And even if you choose that fear, just let it go. Don't entertain it or believe that it has hold of you. Remember, Luisa is really challenged with health matters right now, and I really want you both to know, all of you, the whole family, and this goes for anyone. I would be, although these are my adopted loved ones, and right now I'm really speaking directly to them so that they remember that love is more powerful. The Kids Pathway is the light of love is always, and I don't use that word loosely, always stronger than the darkness of fear. Because that's what they mean when they say a cloud hung over me. It's because it's the cloud, the darkness of fear that you allow to get in the way of the sun, which is what you are, the light of love. So there you have it, and I love you guys. All of you. I was just aiming it at De Castro's right now. So.
Well, that came in, so that's what you needed
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
I know how you work, Sin.
Yeah. Yeah. This is so wonderful that you came here with this gift of a lack of management. You were just not managing your life situation, and you gave away your peace and your power. Remember that a lack of responsibility, it makes you more prone to throw away your peace and your power, because responsibility equates to power. It's not something that you need to shirk.
Well, and the thing is, it's funny when we can say, you know, you need to respect me, or those kind of things. When we respect ourselves, we don't get it from the outside world at all.
And see, when someone says that to you and you're respecting yourself, your answer is, yes, I do need to respect. You see? Because you do. You need to respect in order to give respect. And even when you're respecting and the person is not seeing it because of their issues, they're looking through a filter of fear, then your heart is open to not bumping into their fear. You're not afraid of their fear, so to speak, because you're not in fear. Fear is afraid of itself. It will bump into itself and fight with itself.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
Practice, practice, practice.
Yeah. And you don't want to be a bully. Love is not a bully. Love is huge and big, and fear is small, pretending to be big. So you don't want to step into that arena where people are creating fear, because they're so small. And love just expands more and envelops them. Whether they receive it or not is beside the point. The point is to love. Where love seems not to be. Because that person is love too. They're just forgetting. And they're pretending to be small and fearful because they're forgetting that they too are love. And if you keep creating the mirror of love, the possibility of their looking into that mirror and seeing themselves is greater. And if it's not in the contract for them to see it, then they're just here to keep you in check. To say, what about now? You're going to love me now?
How come I have so many of those? That's what I want to know. Jeez.
Well, because you're a tough cookie.
Oh my gosh. It's just like,
clever
really?
tough cookie. Yeah. Yeah, really.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so grateful. You know, this is Thanksgiving weekend, and I'm just so
Yeah.
grateful for you, Sin,
Me too.
and
Me too, for all of you, for all the
Ah.
opportunities we have to share and make a difference in the world, and we do. Those of us who are creating love in the world are making a difference.
And for those of you that are watching, obviously there was something that occurred, and love gets lost in the details. There's no need for anyone to know the details of my situation and what was created by me. And at the same time, what Sin and I are doing today is sessioning. This is what we do.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I want people to know, like, what in the heck? This is a little different today.
When you forget.
Because I started this, we only had a certain amount of time, and I was caught up about something. And so we sessioned, and you guys got to listen to it.
And it was a beautiful thing.
Yes. So we have two messages for Becky Medhurst and Carly Rillia.
Yeah. Yeah. Becky, you do not have to save anyone. And in your case, everyone. It is something that you want to be there for people. Start being there for you first. And you'll see. Like they tell you on the airplane, put the mask on yourself first. Just think about putting the mask on yourself first.
That's interesting. You don't know this. She's a flight attendant.
Isn't that wonderful? I
love
love this. Well, you're flying now, Beck.
Oh, that was so awesome.
It is. I love it myself. Because I don't take credit for it. I just, I'm just the cylinder and it just slides through.
I know, that was cute.
And sometimes people don't want to hear it. And so, well, who does she think she is? Well, she doesn't think she's anybody. She's just a messenger, just a tube. So bless
Take it or
you,
leave
honey.
it.
Yeah.
I'm
Fly
taking it.
free. Fly free. Yeah.
And Carly?
And Carly, you have a right not to be the bubble factory. You don't have to hide your challenges, your fears. You don't have to protect people from anything you need to work on, like sadness or any kind of grief. Just allow people to be there for you and allow whatever's in there to show up. It's in there. Just let it show up. It's a part of your loving yourself by experiencing whatever you're afraid of, to just surface and let yourself be.
And then come to class. Because we love seeing you there.
Yeah. Oh, that's our Carly?
Yes.
I didn't know her last name.
Ah!
Oh, that's so cute. I love this. I love you all. Thank you for being here with Sundays at Cinnamon.
Okay, see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye now.